Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video I have polishes from BCB Lacquers, a new collection to share with you all.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
I'm already laughing because I was reading over the polish names. This is going to be such a fun video. The collection is the Love and Smut collection. This is going to be perfect for Valentine's Day. If you love yourself a good spicy book, these names are just going to correlate with you as well. But I absolutely love it. Brittany the maker, she cracks me up sometimes. So when I get polishes sent in PR for swatching, what happens is I don't usually pay attention to like the descriptions, the names, or anything like that. I swatch, and then after I look back, I usually can tell like if a polish is magnetic or if it's going to be glow in the dark. Sometimes they're labeled, or I've been working with polish for so long, I sort of kind of can tell if something is missing. So I usually catch all of that without reading the description. But I usually will swatch and then go back and read the descriptions, and that's what happened in this case. Like, I knew it was the Love and Smut collection, but I didn't really pay attention to the names until I started reading now, and it's just so funny. But this is going to be a beautiful 6-piece collection. We have all different finishes. We have a magnetic polish too. There is also going to be a brand new cuticle oil scent. If you haven't tried the cuticle oils from BCB Lacquers and you love yourself a good scent, you're gonna wanna try these oils because they smell amazing. Brittany does such a great job with the cuticle oils that she makes. Not only are they nourishing and they do a good job, they have amazing components, but the smells and the scents are always spot on to what the inspiration or what the name is. All of her cuticle oils will also be restocked as well. I have a visitor now. There will also be a gift with purchase polish, which is exciting. And for the first 48 hours of the sale, you're going to be able to get 10% off of the cuticle oils and the full collection. I also forgot to mention these polishes will be available January 4th. The gift with purchase will also be available after that 48 hours too. You'll be able to purchase it separately. I'm going to leave pricing details, all of this down below so that we don't forget. But let's get into these lovely swatches. We are starting off with the gift with purchase, and this one is called Backshot. It's described as a white crelly with fuchsia, rose gold, and gold metallic flakies. On that first coat, we get amazing coverage for this being a white crelly. I can already tell that the payoff with the second coat was going to be really good. And on that second coat, you guys can already see it. We get this beautiful white milky base, and then we're able to see all those glorious flakies. We get the fuchsia, we see the rose gold peeking on through, and then all of the metallic flakes in here are just glimmering off the nail. I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 for everybody. On my shorter nails, I was fine with 2 coats. I think longer nails, depending on how you polish, you may want to go in for a 3rd coat, but honestly, I feel like 2 coats is going to give you this beautiful, like squishy, light, milky look on the nails. Really enjoyed this one. This would be so beautiful for Valentine's Day, especially for the springtime as well. So this is the gift with purchase, Backshot. Next, we're moving on to Rock Hard Abs. Just abs, guys. This one's a bright plum crelly with a strong pink, orange, gold shifting shimmer. On the first coat, we get really good coverage. We see the shimmer already sparkling and dancing along the nail. I really enjoy these sorts of like plummy, purpley shades for the winter time. I think they look so good, especially on short nails. I'm a little bit biased. I think dark colors look amazing on short nails. I did go in for 2 coats. I think longer nails, you may want to do a 3rd coat. Could I have done a 3rd? Possibly, but I was happy with it in 2 coats. You can see any little bit of nail line that I had, it did cover up. And look at this glorious shade. We get this beautiful slight shift to like a pinky, sort of orangey shade. Don't mind my pointer finger, I sort of just smudged it right there, but that was my fault, not the polish's fault. But I love the sparkle that we're getting, the glimmer from all of the shimmer, and I love these subtle shifts that we see here. Again, a beautiful polish for wintertime, Valentine's Day, and even if you wanted to wear it as a transition shade because of all of the lighter shimmer in here, you can definitely do that as like a winter to spring sort of color. Pictured are 2 coats of rock hard abs with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have moans. This one is described as a bright, hot neon pink crelly with a strong blue-purple shimmer. Now, if you love this combo with pink and blue shimmer, you're gonna be stunned. Can we see that first coat? Like, wow. And I know it's very hard to pick up these bright shades, especially on cameras, but honestly, what you're seeing here is what I saw in person, which blew my mind because it's so hard to get, color accuracy on camera, especially when we're dealing with really bright neon colors. 2 coats was perfection. Honestly, if you wanted to do 1 coat, you probably could, but I feel like 2 coats just really brought everything all together. This color is bright and in charge. That blue purple shimmer is bold. I don't want to say it's very like in your face. It just adds enough color to give it this beautiful like glow from within, and it leaves that hot neon pink shade to sort of do its thing, right? And then with the addition of the blue purple shimmer, it just adds a little something extra there. We can definitely see it, but it doesn't take away from the brightness of the base color. Pictured are 2 coats of moans with a glossy top coat. Next up, we're moving on to That's a Mouthful. This one is described as a muted pink crelly with a pink orange gold shimmer and a touch of micro purple large particle shimmer. This one was such a lovely transition from the brighter color that I just swatched. On that first coat, I had a little hair in there, but on the first coat, we go on the sheer side, we can see a lot of that pink shimmer just peeking on through. We get little glimpses of orange looking directly straight. On the second coat, we get amazing coverage. I'm going to recommend 2 coats for everybody, 3 if you have super long nails and maybe a really prominent nail line. But that second coat just brought everything all together. We get this lovely sort of mauve shade with tons of glowy shimmer. We see the orange, we see the pink, and we definitely see the gold. The purple large particle shimmer is just barely there. It's enough to give us more of a twinkle and sparkle than the other shades that have just regular shimmer. I love this one. I know I'm not like a nude polish wearer. And sometimes with these shades, they're like hit or miss with me because I feel like they don't always go too well with my skin tone. They sort of just wash me out and give me like mannequin hands. But this polish didn't do that. And I think it's because of all of the components in here. We get lots of lovely shimmer with pink and the orange and a little bit of that gold. And it just really makes for a very pretty manicure without doing too much. Pictured are 2 coats of That's a Mouthful with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Just the Tip. And Brittany, she is a naughty girl. This one is described as a white crelly with a strong pink, orange, gold shifting shimmer. Again, beautiful formula with this polish. I was not expecting it to go on as smooth and creamy as it did because this is a white crelly. But you can see on that first coat it did, and then on the second coat we build up gloriously. I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 for everybody depending on how you polish. I always say that because we all polish a little bit differently, and then your preference, of course. But I was fine with it just in 2 coats. And we get that lovely glowy shimmer on the nails. We see a lot of pink. I'm getting hints of yellow and orange. And it just gives this very crisp, fresh look on the nail. I was living for this collection, guys. I'm a big fan of sparkly, glowy shiftiness. And I feel like all of these polishes were hitting all of those check marks for me. This would be a fantastic polish as a pedicure, something for the springtime too, and even for the winter if you wanted something more fresh with, some twinkle and sparkle in there. Pictured are 2 coats of Just the Tip with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have It's How You Use It, and this one is a magnetic polish. It is a gray crelly with pink, purple, gold, green multichrome magnetic pigment, or magnetic pull, I should say. On that first coat, you can see we already get that strong, prominent pull across the nail. We get a lot of gold and pink shining on through, and then as for that base, I feel like it's more of a smoky black, a smoky navy almost, and it could just be because we have so much of that multi-chrome magnetic pigment in there. I did 2 coats and I was fine with that on my shorter nails. If you have longer nails, I'm going to recommend 3 coats. But we get this beautiful like shadowy look for our base, and then we get this lovely magnetic pull. So on the full hand swatch, when you're not looking directly down, you can see the other colors. So you see orange, not orange. Yeah, I guess orange. Or if you want to consider that gold, we get a little bit of yellow, and we see that pink and the purple sort of blending in together. I thought this was a lovely polish, beautiful for wintertime, Valentine's Day as well. Pictured our 2 coats of It's How You Use It with a glossy top coat. And here we have I Touch Myself. This one's also a magnetic. I hope nobody like snips like the recording of these and like uses it somewhere else. But this is a deep red jelly with a red-orange magnetic pull. Oof, if you love red polish, you're gonna love this one. Like, this one was so bold. Now, we get a really, really deep, dark base. So that magnetic pull, if you want a super crisp, prominent line, you're gonna have to leave your magnet on for longer than I did. I'm notorious for not leaving it on for very long. So I don't usually get a very crisp line, which is my personal preference, but I know a lot of you guys like a nice crisp line. But I thought this was glorious just with the diffuse magnetic pull that you see here. I did 2 coats and I was happy with that. I think 2 to 3 for everybody, again, depending on how you polish. We get a beautiful, glowy, deep, like blood red base, and then this bright red ruby magnetic pull throughout the nail. Perfect for wintertime, date night, Valentine's Day. Honestly, maybe even in the summertime if you want something a little bit darker too. Pictured our 2 coats of I Touch Myself with a glossy top coat. And BCB is also going to be bringing us a new cuticle oil. This one is called After Hours. It's going to be both available in 3 mLs and a 6 ml click pen. So you have the click on the top, and then the cap just screws on, which makes it super safe so you don't get any leakage or anything like that in your bag or on your desk or anything. So this oil has scents of blackcurrant, pear nectar, caramelized patchouli, midnight jasmine, vanilla cream, and it has tons of amazing ingredients. Jojoba oil, I love jojoba oil. I use it just on its own sometimes. Coconut oil, sunflower oil, tea tree, and skin safe fragrance. BCB Lacquers does an amazing job with their scents. This one smelled very like, I don't want to say heavy, but it had this very like sweet / like powdery scent. Very like seductive, very seductive. But it also does an amazing job with moisturizing as well. All right, everybody, I do have a couple standouts. There's 3 of them. The first one being pheromones. Oh my gosh, yes. This one is bright. It's lovely. I could see myself wearing this on its own or wearing this as a base and then using a topper over it. Like, how beautiful would this be if you used some sort of like hollow flaky topper? It is so bright. Oh my God, like my camera is just picking it up perfectly. Like what you guys are seeing is what I'm seeing. It is just a lovely, lovely polish. Second polish I really enjoyed is Rock Hard Abs. I loved the velvety, smoky look of this. Look at that shimmer, it's just dancing. It is just lovely. This is a polish I want to wear for the winter time. I think it would look stunning. Like, just look at that, guys. Look at how beautiful that is. And then the last one, of course, is Backshot. This one is actually the gift with purchase. I love myself just an old school Crowley. Crowley polishers were my absolute fave when I first got into indie brands. And I've slowly been coming back to them. I love this one for Valentine's Day, for spring, especially for springtime, and even in the summer. It's just a nice, refreshing base, and then you have those lovely, dainty pink metallic flakies in here. All right, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know if you plan on picking up any of these polishes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.